Well, guys, check this out. What do you think it is?
Well, what it is, it's something that was sent to me by a company called RigidHVAC. Now, that name might sound very familiar to you because it just so happens that I use one of their products that helps me to cool off during hot, humid nights. And this particular thing that I'm opening up, and that you'll find out what it is if you haven't already figured it out, it's going to help me out even more. So I'm really excited about it. Now this unit was sent to me by RigidHVAC, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to test it out and see if it's that much better than my original one. I am anticipating it would be, since the BTU is much higher. Now we're going to take a look at the different parts of this particular unit, and I'm going to talk about it as much as I can in terms of what I know. It's still very new to me. Okay, so opening it up, I see this cord here. I see the main unit, which is that white thing in the middle there. It looks like a big box and looks so far pretty easy. So we'll put that aside, and this is what it looks like close up. It's got a loom, it's got a connector, and what looks to be like a little fuse area. And that's what the connector looks like. Okay, so pretty standard stuff. You know, your positive and your negative, this would connect to the battery. And let's take a look at what else we have here. Got the box there. Okay, so I'm going to try to take this thing out. You've got some, well, you got stuff so that it doesn't break on its way to the destination. Just putting that aside. Lifting it up, it's a bit heavy. It's at least, I would think at least 15-20 pounds, and it's wrapped up like that. You've got, looks like an exhaust there. And let's see what else we have. And the camera shots will show you what it looks like. It's a square box, very plain. I think it'll be easy to install this because it doesn't have sort of these curvy stuff, right? These curves that some units have. Oh, there's the interface that'll show how I can control the unit. So what we'll do is we'll sort of pan through and just have a look at the different parts of this unit. You notice that there's that large fan and a way to, I would imagine, to cool myself off. I think what we see there is a drain, and then you've got some well, the way it's constructed, then you've got some, I don't know what that is. Well, hold on. Let me take a look here. Oops, sorry guys. Okay, so this part here is where the electrical starts. That's what I'm guessing at this point. So when I was looking at it, I saw this thing with a loom on it, and if I were to just open this up, so like twist it off, that kind of thing, you see that it's probably going to be plugging in there. You notice it's shaped a particular way. So I am guessing at this point, when I was doing this video, that this most likely attaches to that, because I see blue, and they probably match, and it's probably going to fit really well in there. So we're going to try that out. And you know what? When I tried it out, it fit just right. And now in this case here, I'm actually just twisting it. Well, at least I'm trying to. Well, let me try this again here. It's kind of difficult when you have on one hand the camera and then on the other hand trying to do the work. But I know at some point I do get it on. I do. Believe me, it's probably much easier without the camera. So there, it sort of pops in. There we go. There. So it's closing it up. So now I have sort of like this power happening. And then here, there's a fuse, which is really important. You don't want to blow the unit, right? And there's a connector on it. So what I'm going to be doing in the next part of the video is I'm going to be hooking it up to a power supply. Oh, sorry for the camera work. You know, I'm not a pro at this. I am certain this could have been done much better. But anyway, there's our negative and our positive, and that's what's going to be connecting it. We're going to connect it to this here. It's a, well, DC output, and I've used it successfully before. Okay, so this is one of the first things I thought I would use, but I thought when I turned it on, it wasn't working for some reason. I think that particular plug, that I was connected to doesn't work. Maybe the fuse wasn't working, so I wasn't getting much power to it at all. Actually, I wasn't getting any power. But this is a typical hookup, so you have your positive and your negative hooked up that way, and when you turn it on, it should go on, right? But that's not what actually happened. So what I did was I got myself a battery. It's a 35 amp hour battery. It's got a full charge on it because I just charged it earlier. And we're just going to take this battery here and we're going to hook up those positive and negative. And I've got a bolt kit here, so I'm going to just bolt it together. There we go. There's the example. And then now we've got this, so it's actually running. And when I heard it running, I was just so surprised, and I could feel just where I was standing. Okay, it was just where I was standing. I could feel the breeze going through, and I'm thinking, wow, this is going to be nice. This is going to be really, really nice. And then at this point, I'm pretty much ready to put it into my van.
Okay guys, so here's a quick test in my van, and hands down much more powerful than my previous miniaturized AC. And yeah, the cool air is there. It's amazing what 2000 plus BTU does, and yeah, it's really good. Now what I have to do is ensure that I do have the exhaust going out, because right now it's just going to keep getting hotter and hotter in here, so it's kind of diminishing returns. And one thing to consider is finding a tube, an exhaust that's about 6 inches. And you know what else, guys? Just thinking about it, I think I also might need a better way to power this new air conditioner, just because it seems to be taking up a bit more juice. So I'm not really sure where to go with that one. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue testing it out and reporting back to you in terms of what I find and what I honestly can actually say about it. Well, that's the only way I want to do it anyway. So, but so far, it's working good. It's much better than my current spot cooler. Granted, right now my spot cooler is doing what I need. Although this one is infinitely much better. So the next step for me is trying to figure out a way to vent it out. I don't know where I'm going to do that. I think I mentioned it earlier. I do have some ideas where I would vent it, but I really don't want to make another hole in my van. I'll figure something out. Okay, so what I was trying to say was this particular unit has a way to blow cold air, which is great. And it's definitely much better than the one I have at the back, my super spot cooler. Although this is also a spot cooler, I can't see it cooling off my entire van. However, it is much better. It's over 2000 BTU. I think it's like 23 BTU. Don't quote me on that. But it's definitely much cooler. My spot cooler at the back right now, for what it does, it's great for the area I'm in. I think if you're in a place like Arizona or Texas, it's not going to do much for you because it's always hot there. In my case, this just takes the edge off, and for a few $100, granted, I got a good deal on it. It does it for me. However, if you want to take one step level, the unit that I just showed you is definitely really good. What I need to try to figure out is to figure out a way to exhaust it out. Right now, the unit that I currently have, the smaller one, I'm exhausting out through the side window. I might do the same for this one. I'm not sure, but it does require me to sort of go in there and work with it, which right now I just don't have time. I'm working a lot this past month, but right now I might try to get something together really quick just to see how it works and maybe get a dedicated battery for it. I'm not even sure at this point. But anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. It wasn't exactly the way I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be more comprehensive, but I was just so excited over this that I wanted to show you guys. Anyway, thanks very much. Have a great day, and remember, you're awesome.